Hey guys, this is Jenna with Hill Valley Farm, and we have another big update to talk to you about today. So here we go. Okay guys, so since we talked to you last, after Karma, Lily was obviously due. Lily was due on March 1st. Lily always goes on day 144, and she actually broke her record this year. Went on day 145 and had these triplet bucks and they have finally found their legs. I say finally, it's just they found their legs early on. They were just extremely clumsy. And so anyways, they have found their legs and they are doing absolutely fabulous. It has not been an easy time. So this breeding is Lily. We call her Lily. Her registered name is Rolling Meadows BB Godiva. And this is actually Caden's girl. Oh, she's going to sneak some more food from... Oh, that was empty. And this is Caden's girl that he goes into showmanship rings with. He loves to show Lily. And last year, she did really, really well in the show ring everywhere we went. So Lily is just a fabulous little doe. She is very small. And I like to call her the little goat that could, because every year she amazes me with her production. She is our second highest producing doe in our herd, and for being so small, I mean, that really kind of says a lot about her breeding and her line. And so we are really, really excited and happy with Lily. So Lily has had, twins, she's had triplets, she's had quads, and now she's had triplets again. I think her first time she had twins, but we didn't have her then. So this is her 5th freshening, and she is 6 years old. And so these bucklings were, I don't know, she was really, really big, but I didn't know she was really as big as she was last year when she was carrying quads. So on March 1st, she lost her ligaments, and she went all day, and I really kind of expected her to go fast, and she just didn't. And so the day progressed into afternoon. It then progressed into evening, and at around 9:30 p.m., well, I take it back, at 7 o'clock p.m., she started doing these little bitty pushes, like little bitty, like lip curling, nothing major, and then she started really pushing at around 9:30, like for real, and her water broke. So we were like, okay, it's definitely coming. They're definitely coming. So at 10 o'clock, there was absolutely no progression whatsoever. And after their water breaks, and they've been pushing for that amount of time, I have to go in and check. So I went in and checked, and the little light buckskin here closest to me, he had one of his front legs completely out, and that was it. His head was completely back, and that is, for anyone that knows anything about kiddings or freshenings, that's one of the worst situations, one of the worst presentations, because a lot of times those kids, they don't make it. They've been that way for a while, and they don't make it. And so it was what I'm calling it the most traumatic birth that I have actually attended, just me, myself, and I. Caden and my dad was there. They held on to Lily while I had to go all the way in, and you would think that you could flip their head around when their head is back, just, grasping their neck and just turning it. No, you can't. You have to go, or at least I had to go all the way in and grasp the head and bring it towards the direction I needed it to go in. And once I did that, he came right out. and it was no problem. I mean, she pushed him out just fine. Well, that left her so completely exhausted. She really couldn't. She couldn't push much. So I gave it another 30 minutes, and she really just wasn't doing well. And so I went in, and let's see, it was the one right here closest to the door. Let's see, hang on. He's next to Lily right now. That one right there, the buckskin. He was the second one. He was perfect presentation, thank goodness. And I was able to grasp his front legs, and he had his head forward. And I went ahead and just pulled him, but just to give her a break. And then I knew she got up, and I bumped her, and I knew she had another one. And so she pushed the third one there. He's a black and tan Swiss. He's all the way down the ramp. He's got a white pole. Really pretty. He actually looks like his sire's dam. Right here, this is him. And on the right. And so he was third. She pushed him halfway. He got his head and legs out, and I just pulled him the rest of the way. And like I said, she was so tired after that first one. Kaden, suggested, hey, we need to just give her Nutri-Drench. And so we did. We gave her a big dose of Nutri-Drench. After the birth, we gave her the molasses water. We always do that. Warm water, and we mix molasses in it, and they love it. She's got alfalfa on her face. And so after all of that, Lily, it was just so traumatic. She had a hard time walking with her back legs. And so, I mean, I kind of came out here a few times just because I just wanted to make sure. She's so attentive, and she's so good with her kids. She's always been such a great mama. I just wanted to make sure she didn't accidentally land on one. I mean, because she was very unsteady. And so she was fine. She did great, just like she always does. The next day she was swollen, had a hard time walking, but I got her up on the stand. We got some colostrum saved back from her, and kept her in the kidding stall for several days instead of putting her in the new kid area, just because I wanted to monitor her on the baby with the baby monitor camera that we have. It's really the best. This is the only thing that works on that end of the barn, and it's always on. So I like to be able to watch them that way. And so we moved her to the kid area. Hello. We moved her to the kid area on Sunday, and today is Tuesday, so it's actually been 1 week. So they are 1 week old tonight, and like you can see, I'm having a hard time keeping up with them. They're really, really doing well, and Lily is walking just fine. She's eating just fine. However, on Friday she ended up getting a fever. I had given her a dose of Penji, and I just think I did it too late. So, talked to our vet. I gave her Nuflor and Banamine because she was eating. Banamine is an anti-inflammatory, and it seemed to help, but she continued to have a fever. So she had a fever from Friday through yesterday. Her fever actually got higher yesterday. I gave her Banamine all through the weekend, once a day, as it was prescribed. And then yesterday, when it got to its peak, I contacted our vet again, gave her dexamethasone last night, and this morning, for the first time since Thursday, she is not running a fever. She's over here sneaking some alfalfa. What you doing? She loves alfalfa. Yeah, it's her favorite, and I just let her. So, anyways, she kind of deserves it. She's been through a lot for such a little goat. But through it all, even with her fever, she just you couldn't really tell that she was sick. She never went, she never got down. Obviously, if she got down, I would have contacted the vet through the weekend. But I just, I try not to do that unless it's an emergency, and it just wasn't. And it's something that we could handle here at home, and so we did. And I let her go out and graze by themselves. I'll put the video of that in here at the end. And like I said, they're just doing so well. So I believe we're going to go ahead and let them out with the herd today. And that will free up some space in the kid area, and I can clean out some stalls and keep them all together with the kids and the other kids and the other mothers. So it'll be a good thing. It's been such nice weather. It's supposed to get down in like low 20s, upper teens this weekend. So I'm wanting to make a place for all of them together, if possible, with a heat lamp, and so that they can all cuddle together. Last night we put a heat lamp. You have alfalfa on your face. In the middle stall with all the mamas and the babies, and all the babies were like crowded under the heat lamp, and all the mamas were around them. So it definitely worked. I liked my idea, so we're going to do that again. We just, and that seems to be the warmest stall on that end of the barn. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This was a long process. I mean, it's been a week, but everything and everyone is really, really healthy and doing well, and we're just really thankful. These will remain bucklings. Lily has her milk star. She's a 2-star M, and she got her AR back in 2020 in all 3 categories. So she, like I said, she's all about that production. She does well in the show ring, and the sire is Vista Oaks Rocket. Rocket throws a lot of length and levelness in his kids, and these are, without a doubt, really stunning, and I really, really like them. So they can carry on our herd name, but they will have to do that in another pasture, because we obviously, can't. We don't want any more bucklings than we already have, and so they will all be available. I have contacted reservation list, but mainly the reservations are for does or but last year I had people specifically wanting bucks out of her, and I only had one. So anyways, if you are wanting a buck, there's 3 of them right here, and we have more out in the field. But this breeding is one of my favorite pairings. And so the lighter buckskin, I call him my troublemaker because his head was back. He has blue eyes. The second one, the buckskin, has brown eyes, and the third one, the Swiss tan and black and tan Swiss, is brown-eyed. They are horned because both parents are horned, and so they will be disbudded. And I don't know if you guys watched the Winter Olympics this year. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with them. But Caden, this is his doe, so he names these kids, and so Caden got really into curling this year. And I don't know if you guys saw the story about our American curlers that made it to the Olympics, but their team is called Team Schuster. And we really, really enjoyed watching them throughout the entire Olympic process. Caden, he really got into it. He wants a curling facility in Knoxville. But we don't have one here. I think the closest one is Atlanta. But with that said, he wanted to, at some point, name some of our babies, our kids, after some of the Olympic team. So, without further ado, the light buckskin right here, that is Hill Valley Schuster. The second one here, the little buckskin, is Hill Valley Landsteiner. And the third one, the Swiss, black and tan Swiss, who is like super fun, active, and crazy. That is Hill Valley Hamilton. So that is after Matt Hamilton. He's one of the favorites on the team. And yesterday, Moondance had some kids, and one of them is a buckling. And so we will be naming him Plies. So we have the whole team. Schuster, Hamilton, Landsteiner, and Plies. And so I'll show you guys Plies in the next video. But for now, we are done. Make sure to subscribe to our video, or to our channel here. We're trying our best to get more subscribers and get more popular and just, grow our herd name, and we want to get out there. So, see what I mean about Hamilton there? He's a nut, and we love it. So, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a fabulous day.